Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Mewa. Mewa was the only child of her parents. She lived in a small town with her parents. Her mother was a food vendor and her father a butcher who sold meat in the market. She was showered with love and care. Her parents made sure she attended the best of grade and high schools. Mewa was brought up in a Christian way. She was known for her intelligence, kindness, and radiant smile. Despite the simplicity of her family's life, Mewa's parents had always worked hard to provide for her. They were poor, but their love for Mewa was immeasurable. As she approached her final year of high school, Mewa lived in the school hostel. She made new friends, and most of the friends she made were from wealthy homes. They do things together in the hostel, including going for night prep. During the prep, they would talk about their families. Soon, Mewa became more aware of the economic differences between her family and some of her classmates. She began to notice the trendy things they used and the extravagant trips they took during breaks. This contrast made her feel self-conscious and even embarrassed about her family's modest means. She had nothing much to talk about, so she decided to tell lies so as to measure up with her friends. Mewa had a rich uncle, and she told her friends that her uncle was her father. And they lived in a big mansion with maids at her service. Whenever they were on break, Mewa went to her uncle's house and spent the breaks. And while she was there, she would visit her friends in their own homes, and they do same too. Mewa started living a wealthy lifestyle with the support she got from her uncle, added to that of her parents. Students in her school actually thought she was from a rich home. Time passed and Mewa grew to be a rude and proud girl. She would mock and laugh at other students from modest homes. On one of the visiting days, Mewa's parents visited her in the school, brought her food and bought her provisions. Mewa was happy when she saw her parents, but she did not want her friends to know they were her parents. So she made sure none of her friends saw her parents, as everyone was busy with theirs. The next month, when it was another visiting day, Mewa invited her rich uncle to come. The man came riding in a luxury car. So without hesitation, Mewa called her friends, whom she had already told her uncle was her father. They all came, greeted the man, and then helped Mewa pack the things he bought for her. This went on until one day, Mewa fell ill and was taken to the clinic. Immediately, message was sent to her parents, and they arrived to school as soon as they got the message. Mewa's friends asked who they were, and Mewa, feeling torn between her love for her parents and the desire to fit in, decided to deny her parents. And so she referred to them as her father's workers. Her parents were disappointed on hearing that, but could not speak a word. And with a heavy heart, they took her home and cared for her. But as they do so, they could not help but wonder how they've gone wrong to deserve such denial. After a few days, it was break and students all went home. Mewa's friends, who were home for the break, decided to go and visit Mewa. Mewa, who had no knowledge about her friend's visit, was taking medication in her parents' house when they arrived and first went to her uncle's house. The uncle welcomed them and later instructed one of his maids to take them to Mewa's house. When they got to Mewa's house, they could not believe their eyes, having been deceived by Mewa. They could not help but ask her what she was doing in such a modest home instead of being in her father's mansion. Mewa, who was still weak, tried to get up and take them back to her uncle's house. And just then, one of her friends told her to stop the pretense already, as they were in her uncle's house earlier, and he had told them she's in her parents' house, that she was his brother's daughter, and hence his daughter too. Mewa bowed her head in shame and apologized to her friends for lying to them. They were angry at her, and so they left. After some days, Dure, who happened to be one of Mewa's friends, came to visit her, and this time she went straight to Mewa's father's compound. Mewa was surprised to see Dure. Dure gave her things she bought for her and assured her that her parents' love was worth more than any fancy and luxury lifestyle. Mewa, feeling a renewed sense of gratitude, realized the true value of friendship and the importance of being true to herself. And with tears in her eyes, she explained her feelings of insecurity, apologized to her parents, and promised to never let material possessions come between them again. Mewa's story taught us that love, integrity, and family bonds are far more valuable than any material possessions or societal expectations.